Elizabeth. So I'm talking about Queen Elizabeth I now was petrified of the Tower of London. After all, her mother, Queen Anne Boleyn, was executed here on Tower Green. She spent time up there in that bell tower thinking that she was going to go the same way. As it turned out though, she held off the Scottish, she held off the French, and she sank the Spanish Armada. All those ships coming to invade England. Effectively, she bankrupted Spain overnight and removed what was at the time a massive problem. So I think she turned out to be one of our very best queens after all. Okay, right. Who else was up there? One more, okay? I promise. James Scott, the Duke of Monmouth, eldest of 13 children of King Charles II. Now, I do like to point out at this stage that King Charles II had an interesting nickname. He was nicknamed the Merry Monarch because of those at least 13 kids, none of them came from his wife. He was out there working very hard to earn that nickname. Anyway, after the death of his father in 1685, this handsome and popular young man was persuaded to stake his claim to the throne by virtue of his uncle, James II, being a known Roman Catholic. Well, to press home his claim, he lands in the west country of England and marched inland, gathering popular Protestant support in what is now known as the Monmouth Rebellion. Well, that revolt was crushed at the Battle of Sedgemoor on the 6th of July, 1685. But the leader, James Scott, managed to escape the battlefield and evade capture for about a week. So they found him hiding in a ditch. Condemned to death in his absence, there was no need for a trial. And so 3 days later, he was taken from the bell tower up onto Tower Hill. Well, this would turn out to be one of the bloodiest executions ever to take place in English history. The notorious executioner, Jack Ketch, a man well over 6 feet tall, was going to be doing the job. Jack Ketch was a part-time butcher. He was a part-time executioner, but he was a full-time drunk. This never was going to go very well at all. Oh no. And on the day in question, he brought all of his skills together. He turned up on the day with the wrong style axe, which was blunt. Well, James Scott did the only thing that he could do in a situation like this. And he paid his executioner 6 guineas and challenged him to do a good job. Not like you did to my Lord Russell, a notorious execution that Jack Ketch had messed up the time before. In fact, he messed that one up so badly, he was forced to write an explanation about it in the broadsheet newspapers of London to explain himself. Well, I don't know if it's a good idea to torment or even unnerve your executioner before he attempts to take your head off in front of a large crowd. Because, as the story goes, after the first blow of the axe, James Scott actually jumped up from the block, holding the top of his head, which now had a bit missing out of it, in agony, and once again challenged his executioner to do a good job. All words to that effect. Anyway, back down on the block he went. But after 2 or 3 more blows of that axe, still with a grunting and groaning James Scott, Jack Ketch the executioner actually gave up. He threw down his axe and declared, "I cannot continue. My heart's not in it." Well, the sheriffs of London up there on Tower Hill said, "You better pick up that axe and do it quickly for all our sakes." There were thousands of people on that hill watching this execution, and none of them wanted to see that handsome man being butchered in the way that he was. So Jack Ketch did as he was told, he picked up the axe and he continued. But after a total of about 5 blows of the axe, still with a conscious James Scott, Jack Ketch gave up again. He threw down his axe, took out his butcher's carving knife, and finally silenced James Scott. Completing the task with that. Not a good way to go, folks. I think you would all agree. But that's not the interesting part of this story. The interesting bit is we then brought both his head and body back into the tower. It was sewn together once more and then buried inside the chapel royal of St. Peter at Vincula about 24 hours later. Why did we do that? You must be thinking. Well, it sort of made sense, but perhaps just a little bit late in the day, they realised this eldest son of the king, they never had his portrait. Get the head, get the body, sewed it back together, and they painted his portrait.
Oh my gosh.
Wrong on all sorts of levels, figure and
Oh my goodness.
but they did. Now, you can go and see that portrait if you want. Go down to the National Portrait Gallery in Trafalgar Square, free to get in and fantastic. And when you're walking around in there, I think you'll find you're looking for the portrait where he's lacking a little bit of colour in his skin. Right guys, make a big up here.